What's going on, guys? We have 7 Days to Die, Escape from Tarkov. This is a mod list that I'm running. I'll show you. We've got about 220 mods included in here. The big ones are going to be Izayos, and then um, these right here are the Escape from Tarkov Stand Alone, the image that you see in the background here for the game itself. And then the other big mod pack is going to be the White River. Uh, what does that stand for? The TOC. I think it's White River Citizen, um, or Path to Citizenship, or something like that. But that's a massive mod that I actually worked on creating myself with a fellow modder, and then all the others are just kind of quality of life and minor fixes. We've upped the zombie list on this, but I am playing on a localized server, so this is just going to be a single player through, once through, kind of testing. When it actually gets uploaded to the main server, we're going to go from about 100 zombies to somewhere around 3 to 500 zombie count. So this will be a much milder test version of what eventually will be the primary run. So we'll remove that, and we're just going to go ahead and go in here and create a new game for this. So we're going to go Wild Country test version. We're going to go big. So we've got, as you see, 100 zombies here. On the primary server, which will be run through zero test connection on a separate machine, like I said, we can actually increase that drastically to get like 300, 400, even 500 zombies on there. Gets pretty crazy. Here, though, in the generation of the world, I've had some issues with my testing where we've had the trader not appear, crafting menus disappear, other minor bugs that I've gone through and just kind of sorted out. So this is a pretty stable list that I have now. So if you like what you see, if you have any other questions, hit me in the comments and I'd be happy to list the mod that provides whatever you like. So there's a bunch of them. I'm pretty familiar with all of them. But like I said, those three big mod packs really make a difference in the game. So you'll see vehicles in here eventually. One of the things I want to work on is the skill list that they have is slightly edited from the base vanilla game with Tarkovs. Tarkovs actually changes over a number of the skill profiles, and one of the big ones that they remove is going to be the parkour system. So they completely remove that, which is one of my favorite skills in the game. So I think I'm going to have to go in and check the code and see where that's removed, and then remove those lines in order to add parkour back into the game. I have a couple of mods that actually add on to the parkour system that aren't currently implemented, despite being in the mod order, because that's just completely removed. Some of the other systems that I have in here are just weapon systems. So in addition to Izayos, you'll see 44 Thompson, you'll see the AC Bats, you'll see a lot of pistol customization, a couple of ammo slots. Tarkovs Stand Alone, one of the things that they also did was to remove ammo categories from the list as well. So I had to go in and remove all those lines of codes that say remove. I think that if you go into the trader and the loot system and you scroll through, you'll find big paragraphs of removing those lines of code that just say remove followed by the categories. Delete all that, and then that'll add back in the ammo that you have. And I'll show you that once we get in game. I got a couple of zombie mods in there just as far as beefing up the zombies. BR Elites, increase zombies. Got crossbows in there. Custom music profile is something also that you'll hear. I added in a couple of tracks. They're just MP3 files. You can go to YouTube, download YouTube to MP3, download the profile tracks that you like and add them. One of the things that I found was that they use I think it's a 4200 sampling rate, whereas some of the converters use like a 400 sampling rate, and those aren't compatible. Don't remember which they were, but it's rare that you'll find that. Didn't really have too much of a issue with it. Some of these are darker nights and interiors, better storage, more dye colors, Donovan's. Really like Donovan's UI. I also increased the belt tool size from, I think it's a standard of 10 now or 8 up to 24. I just like to be able to access all the tools that I want in-game. I hate switching and opening profiles, it's ridiculous to me. Increase the backpack size. They've got murder chickens in this. A lot of the custom zombies, I went through and specially edited their frequency. So instead of like a 2 or 3% chance, or even I think some of them were as high as 10% chance, now they have like 0.01, 0.02. With the number of zombies that we've increased to hundreds, and in the main server hundreds of hundreds, those pop up with surprising frequency. And even now, I think that they're set too high, so some of them I may have to go back in later and then adjust their values even lower. Looks as if our world is ready. We're going to spawn. So this is going to be a survival hardcore run. If I die, I restart. So it's just basically for testing purposes before we get onto the main server and start that running. So we're just going to go through. You'll see me play mostly in third person on this playthrough. It's just a preference that I have for aiming and firing. I expect to get maybe 1 or 2 quests, but we'll hit what we can in about 30 minutes, maybe less. And you can see that custom music playing already. So we've got a starter kit here. This is all Tarkovs UI overlaying Donovan's. Going to recipes. We'll set up machine gunner. So this is a starter kit. This was part of White River's quest system that I created. We'll just go into here. We're going to pop those over, open that. And we're just getting set up here. And I think that'll be good. We'll go into recipes, we'll open this. I'm just going to switch this ammo count over to our primaries and reload. While we're working on that, we'll get our quest system going. And we're just going to complete this in order to get over to the trader. I haven't really decided if I want to go through and have the trader system open from the beginning or if I want to require the tutorial. Most of the people I play with are very experienced, and it's just kind of a, I don't know, at some point it just becomes so redundant to play through this, especially in testing. So, go ahead and craft our axe. Put the pause on that. There we go. Go ahead and open this. There we go. Like I said, it seems pretty stable. I haven't encountered really very many errors other than the music sampling. So long as it remains stable throughout, the concern is that later progression may result in crashes, especially with like specific specialized zombies or specialized items. We just need to find stone. Okay. Go ahead and finish our crafting. That started. And now we just need arrows. There we go. No feathers. No zombies yet, fortunately. There we go. Oh man. We're striking out on the feathers here. There we go. Nope. There we go. I like these. Okay. one of the other bugs that I found in this is that we've got an auto walk mod on here in addition to an auto drive. And if we set that into sprint, we can set it into various levels of walk and sprint, but if we set it into sprint and then aim, you'll just fly across the map. Your stamina is still drained, so I think that I will leave it into the end result in game, but it is somewhat of an exploit. We'll let our stamina refill and I'll give you an example of it here. And this is Princess Chelsea music by Cigarette Duet. So this is our auto walk, we're walking, we're gonna run now, and then if we aim, we will just begin to fly. Not literally fly, but... And there we go. But it's still draining our stamina. So I think I'll leave it in, because it does speed up the game rather significantly. We haven't seen any zombies either yet, which is surprising to me. Normally they started to populate in. I think maybe once we get into town we'll start to see them. I haven't changed anything since the last time I ran this, so we should actually see some populate in. Let's try again. There we go. There we go. There's our first zombie. Alright, we've got Trade Direct over here. And we've got a couple of different quest alterations in here. I think we have quest reset, augmentations, and pick up more quests. I think we might have a couple of others, additional quests or something like that. But he's going to give us the standard dig quest. So we'll accept that. And then just look through his inventory. As you can see, there are some additional custom ammos in here. We got a scrap pickaxe, we'll probably pick that up later. Okay, so it doesn't have a lot available in there. So we'll just go ahead and go kill these. Alright, you start to see zombies populating in here. It's so much easier to hit these guys in third person than it is in first person, till I at least get a scope on here. And you'll see once we get a Tarkov gun, they've got animations for holding the gun upwards while running or sideways across for long guns. I'd love to see that in third person implemented. And you can see we're already up to 6. Normally I play like on 20% XP, 20% damage. But since this is a test run to try to experiment things, we're playing a little bit higher settings on this one. You gotta be careful running out here too, because there's zombies called the Flood from like Halo, and you'll see them running around. If they hit you, they significantly slow you down. Speaking of which, let's convert the rest of our ammo. arrived. Part of this is also just flying in third person allows you to see a little bit more around you. I do not expect to get very far in this. My previous playthrough tests, like I said, I've gotten one, maybe two quests completed before I get overwhelmed by zombies. This is one of the harder quests I find though to complete though, because I usually get mobbed by zombies at some point. Haha. Hopefully we don't track ourselves in. And there they are. Oh, shoot. Poor situational awareness. Get at the broadside of the barn. Alright, so that's Izayos ammo. This is Tarkovs ammo. We'll just beeline back to base. We can use the auto walk after that. This is Heart of Gold by Neil Young, I believe. Now we can ask him for jobs. These are part of the White Walker quest system. Or, hang on, there you go. I think I said White Walker, White River Citizen. Do a clear, and we can accept multiple jobs. These are part of the augmented quests, additional quests, hunting hellhound and hazmat groups. These are difficult quests to complete at my level and skill level. So I don't like the buried supplies, just constantly get killed on those. So I'd rather do the further fetch. Pull these up. We'll go do the clear. I can probably do the clear. Yeah, it's not so bad when they're, you know, a couple stragglers like this, but when you get a screamer who calls in other zombies and then extra screamers, it gets dicey real fast. I like the horde kind of experience where you're like, oh, I can handle this. This is no problem. There's just a couple. Because right now, you know, you feel like a boss running around with a machine gun and whatnot. But when your ammo runs low, and you got a group of them, just masses of them, you know, over 100, it gets terrible. Especially on the other server where you can actually get more than 100 on the screen at the same time. You can loot the vehicles in this one too. I think that's still a mod. I don't think they've incorporated that in the base game. Jeez, gotta get out of there. That was bad. One of the problems too is that aiming reduces the fatigue at this point, or increases fatigue, reduces your stamina, and at this point, I just don't have the skills or the abilities to stop that from happening. I think it's Urban Combat magazine that I need. Jeez. The game is terrible today. I'm gonna leave the rest of it. Just showing over here. Oh, there we go. Alright, we can go turn these in. Would have been a beautiful shot. This is Ballad of Buster Scruggs, I believe. Koski Brothers? Can't remember their name. Was it tucked behind the tree? There we go. Alright. One of the things I really like about Tarkov is that it redoes the zombies' armor system and bullet system. So when you get into bikers and then soldiers and whatnot, they have armor resistance, and a lot of these bullets will not do anything unless you're using specialized ammo. So, so for the reload system here, you've got standard 5.5mm, then you got the high point, or hollow point, excuse me, and armor piercing, and then radiated. See if we get any weapons on here. So we got some full metal jackets. I got some pipe bombs. We'll go with full metal jackets again. Full metal jackets. No weapons on that. That's not good. No, we are really limited on our quest options here. We'll go with a hazmat. Alright, let's heal. That's an AC pummel mod. Right. These are the White River Citizen quests. These each give us access to a whole bunch of different quests, and these are tiered. So this is tier 1, and then you've got 2 other tiers, and then specialized quests after that. So they add some variety to the game. As long as I've had those, I think those have been around since like Alpha 17, if I remember right, maybe even before that. Still haven't done all of them. Check here. Interesting. Probably spend our skill points. Got 12. I'm gonna go full machine gunner here. We're way out there. This is Golden Path, I think. This is from an old Civ 2 game. If you remember the audio collection off of that, this is one of those tracks that I found fantastic. I'm not sure if this is from the original Civ 2. This might have been from Test of Time, the expansion off of that. Both have fantastic soundtracks. Hit him in the chest. That sounds like a crawler. Let's check the render distance on this too. The issue might be, I think it's Fallout that has a 12 block radius render distance. I don't think that limitation exists in this. I think it's just a massive hit to the CPU. I think I downscaled it because of the result that I had on CPU or GPU performance. And once I put it back over onto the server off the local machine, then I'll go back to upscaling. Knew he was coming up behind me, didn't move fast enough. Oh shit. It's a feral. Oh, we got several ferals. Shit. There we go. See, this is where it gets dicey. Goodness gracious, they're behind me. Shit, got me. That's a game. So, yeah, you can see it's oh man, there's just so many of them. Alright, well, we'll try again tomorrow. Nah. Alright, well, thanks for joining me on that. That was fun. Glad you guys get to see me eating, and we'll try again next time, see if we can do a little bit better. I don't know, I may adjust some other settings, but I think that I like kind of the difficulty versus the skill requirements right now. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, let me know.